Folks, we're going to be live in a second. Can I get you to put your phones on silent for me? All righty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've got what's left of the carnage here after the long weekend. This is all I've got left. I'm hoping that there's many of you watching live where people are spending their money this weekend, not making their money. And this morning we're going to talk about making some money. So I'm glad that you're here. You made the right decision this morning, the decision to make rather than spend. But thank you for coming through. If you're new, who's new here this morning? First time, a couple of guests here. All right, good. All right, I know who I'm talking to. Hopefully many of you watching out there. You are sitting this morning at a presentation of DuePoint. And DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company. We're 68 years old this year. We're a licensed, listed, and public insurance company. And we're a homegrown South African entity. So you're not dealing with something that's blown in from overseas, which is generally what you end up at presentations for. This is a homegrown South African financial services company. And we're 7 decades old. We're not here today, gone tomorrow. I want you to have that confidence as we talk about what we're going to talk about this morning. DuePoint was founded nearly half a decade ago now when we started to realize that we had an issue in South Africa. And the issue was that we as a corporate and individuals in South Africa were heading towards a financial crisis. What are we?
It's not displaying properly.
Not displaying properly?
No, it needs to open the screen.
Yes, I see. Hold on one second, guys. There we go. Carol, let me know if it's not working. She'll hear me in about 60 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So 5 years ago, we realized we were heading towards a financial crisis, as individuals particularly. And I think that if you're living in 2019 today, you know that that is the truth. Right now, none of us have the ability to control our income in any way. We've often asked the question of people, if you had the opportunity right now, what would you do to increase your income? The list is quite finite. There's only 2 or 3 things that you could do. Start your own business, get better educated, get a promotion. Those are really the only ones that we have. Now I ask you, as South Africans in 2019, how readily can you get a promotion? Can you do something tomorrow to get promoted? How easily can you ask your boss for an increase? It's not going to happen, not in the current economic climate. How easily could you start your own business? Do you have the capital, the network, the business idea? Do you have the ability to cope with the legislation, the accounting, the office, the staff? No. What about getting yourself better educated? Could we do that? Could we get ourselves better educated? Well, we asked ourselves all these questions about 5 years ago, and we came up with the answer. That is the truth. People will deny it, but it's the truth. No South African is able to control their income today. And we asked ourselves then, well, how do we create a solution to this problem? Well, can we build a business that will hire people? Yes, we could. We could build a business and maybe 400 or 500 people could get hired. Out of how many unemployed South Africans today? 10 million. 500 makes no impact on that at all. Could we better educate South Africans? Yes, we could. We could set up a bursary and maybe educate 5,000 or 6,000 South Africans. Well, that's 5,000 or 6,000 out of the 10 million that are unemployed and are heading towards crisis. So that was no good either. We certainly couldn't go to any of their bosses and demand that they get promoted or get raises. So what we had to do was we had to build a tool, an economic tool, that every South African could pick up and build for themselves an income that they could control, an income that could combat their expenditure. You know, your expenditure's out of control too. A tool that could change their circumstances, not in the moment, but permanently change their circumstances. And so we came up with what we call the DuePoint system. It's the reason why you're here this morning. And what it does is it asks you to do one simple thing. We ask you to use our technology, that's the tool, to connect South Africans to us. We're not going to ask you to sell anything. We're not going to ask you today to pick up any stock and drag it around in your car and keep it in your garage. We're not going to ask you to take paper application forms under your arms away in bundles today. We're not going to even give you brochures. No, we're going to ask you to do one thing. use our technology and connect South Africans to us. As you connect South Africans to us, you will create for us a platform of distribution we did not have before. We call that a channel. In that channel, we as DuePoint will be able to facilitate the purchase of our products and create revenue. And from that revenue, we're going to be able to create for you wealth. Now, wealth is an important term that we use in this presentation. We don't use the word cash. You see, people in South Africa today all want cash. But cash does not change their circumstances. Cash never does. Think about it. Think about the day you had the most cash you've ever had in your hands. It might have been 1,000 rand, it might have been 100,000 rand. Did it change your circumstances? Are you in any better shape because of that cash that you had at that time? No. And this is a difficult thing for South Africans to understand. They see the pictures on their WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups where people are doing snow angels on beds with cash all around them. You've seen them doing that. Oh, I joined this new thing and look at all the money I have. I've seen a guy sitting at the KFC down here at the old Big Ben shopping center next to the Santon Clinic, counting out his 200 rand notes on the table. If you join me, I'll get you these 200 rand notes. Even all of those 200 rand notes have not changed his circumstances. He lives in the same house, he drives the same cars, he wears the same clothes, and he has the same debt. That's what cash does. We're not in the business of cash. We're in the business of wealth. What is wealth? Wealth is a recurring income. It is an income that is there every single month, no matter what you're doing. Whether you're lying in hospital or on a beach somewhere, you know with confidence in the DuePoint system that your income is coming in. How did we build that? Well, we built it off of the back of our financial services products. They all run on automatic debit order systems, which means no matter what day of the week it is, no matter what month of the year it is, those debit orders raise and your income comes in. This is what wealth is. It is not only the money, but it is the freedom and the peace of mind that allows you to then go and change your circumstances. You see, if you know you've got income coming in every month, you can now plan. I need to buy myself a car. That's a change of circumstances, right? Well, I know how much money I'm getting in every month. Therefore, I can go to the bank and show them the income coming in and get a loan to get a new car. I need to buy a new house. Great. You know how much income is coming in every month. Go to the bank, show it to them, and you've just leveraged and created change of circumstance for yourself. You can't do that with the 200 rand notes being counted out on a KFC table somewhere. You can't do that. Here, we build wealth, not cash, in our business. Folks, we have built the system in South Africa by South Africans and for South Africans. None of the excuses for not picking this tool up are valid. We know that you're busy. We know that. Congratulations, that makes you South African. We know you don't have time. None of us do. Look at it, it's a Saturday morning, and where are we? We're here at a business seminar, for goodness sake. None of us have time. We all work 60, 80, 100-hour weeks. But those 60, 80, 100-hour weeks are not making us rich, are they? I've often asked people, that job that you've got, that you're clinging to so tightly, is it making you wealthier every single week? No, but you're going to go back on Monday, aren't you? And you're going to put another 12-hour day in. And you're going to get poorer and poorer. What are the economists telling us? We're poorer now than we were in the last 20 years. 20 years ago, you actually were able to buy more with your money than you can today. You've been getting poorer for 2 decades, and you didn't realize it. But boy, have you been clinging to that job and refusing to do anything else. Folks, unfortunately, we do need to take a bit of our time. But our system takes into the account that you don't have a lot of time. It's a system of leverage. It uses cutting-edge technology that completely expands your ability to create wealth for yourself by connecting others to us. You create these channels of individuals that will create wealth for you 24 hours a day. So what you've done is you've just expanded your productivity by threefold when you're using the DuePoint tool. 8 hours a day you can create money at the moment. That's all they pay you for, even if you work 16. They only paid you for 8. You know that. Here, you're now able to leverage that to 24. You're able to triple your productive hours with the DuePoint tool. We give you the use of this tool for absolutely no cost. By being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically entitled to the entire system, our people, our products, our services, our technology, everything is available to you at no additional cost. So this does not mean that you start in a loss-making position at DuePoint. There's no credit card machine waiting for you. We're not going to send tithing bags up and down for money this morning. You don't move into a loss-making position. You start at zero and you build forward with us in our system. And because you don't sell or advertise or advise in our system, Remember, you're not selling. That's a big thing for South Africans to realize. You're not selling anything at DuePoint. It means you're not brokers or intermediaries or agents or representatives or advisors of ours. And it means that it doesn't matter what education you have or what level of experience you have. Everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer today. Everybody. And it means that everybody is now able to create an asset for themselves. What's an asset? An asset is something that creates income even if you're not working on it. That's exactly what your channel here does. An asset is something you can price and sell. In DuePoint's system, you can price and sell your channels. And an asset is something that will outlive you. At DuePoint, your channel and the income you earn will automatically be transferred to your children when you pass away one day. And they will earn the income that you created during your lifetime. They'll be able to build that asset even bigger and hand it over to your grandchildren, and so on and so forth. We're a 70-year-old insurance company. We don't think about just this generation. The economic problem we have in South Africa is so massive it will take 3 generations to fix. That's the thing the politicians are not telling you. But if you go and read the economists say even if we turn our economy around tomorrow, which we're not going to do, it would take 70 years for South Africa to recover. That means there is no hope for this generation, and there is no hope for the next. I was reading the Sunday Times about 2 weeks ago where the author was saying, we can't free up South Africa's economy. We can't go back to a meritocracy, because then we will have a lost generation, a generation that cannot benefit from the capital in South Africa. What he didn't realize is the generation is lost already. It's lost already. Ladies and gentlemen, the next 2 generations, even our children, my children, are a lost generation in South Africa if we stick to the traditional. If we become social entrepreneurs ourselves, if we pick up the DuePoint tool, we have an opportunity to ensure that ourselves and our children are not part of the lost generation that will, without question, occur in South Africa today. Are we going to pick this tool up and start making a change? Well, if we do, the system is super easy. It has been made perfectly convenient by 21st century technology. We are less than 6 months away now from 2020. You know that they used to write science fiction books about the year 2020. We're about to enter in the science fiction phase of life. There's going to be flying cars, teleportation, anti-gravity. It all happens in 6 months' time, if you've read the sci-fi books. A tough crowd this morning, guys. This is what's going to happen. So, what you need at DuePoint is a smartphone. You need a smartphone, any smartphone. With a smartphone, you can get our technology. It's already on your smartphone. We'll show you how to unlock it this morning. And then you are able to connect South Africans to us. If you can tap your phone 3 times, you can then connect a South African to us. Every 3 clicks of your phone is another South African connected to us. That's it. No selling, no presentation, there's no dragging around stock. Simply click your phone 3 times and you can connect people to us. As you do that, you will start to build a platform of distribution for us. That platform will grow as others connect people to us through our technology. Our technology will allocate them to you. And what you've done is 2 things. Firstly, you've created a platform of distribution for us, and you've created a channel of wealth for yourself. We then come along as the insurance company DuePoint, not you. Remember this, after this presentation, no one's allowed to ask me when I'm selling your product. That statement is not allowed, okay? Remember, we now come along as DuePoint and facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel, and your wealth is born. We now distribute that wealth to you in 2 ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel. Every month that that product is paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. Now, it's very simple. You're going to go out, you're going to connect people. They're going to pay for their product, you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. That's 55 Rand every month going forward, not once off. So it doesn't matter how much they promise to pay you in the 200 Rand notes at the KFC table. It's never going to equal an annuity recurring income of 55 Rand every month for every product. But you have power. Here, if they take 2 products, you get 110 Rand. 3 products, 165 Rand. 4 products, 220 Rand, and so on and so on. You have the ability to leverage up your income off of a single connection. You also don't have to run back to those people every month to beg them to buy whatever it was you were selling. Here at DuePoint, the automatic debit order system raises every month, and that money comes in every month. These individuals are going to go out, they're going to connect a few more people using our technology, they'll pay for their products, and again, you'll get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, that's 55 Rand. You've been here 5 minutes. You've put a handful of people in, you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year that you made for yourself. Not 12,000 Rand in cash that you made for selling pots and pans and energy drinks and all this cryptocurrency and all that stuff. No. This is every month going forward, every year going forward. You've got 1,000 Rand coming in. Now, you might want more. That's fine. Connect more people and connect more people and connect more people. And as you do, your income expands and you continue to earn down to your 8th point and beyond. It's a diminishing rate to the 8th point, but beyond that, it stops at 4% of 27.50 Rand for every product payment on every point in your channel, no matter how big it is, as long as you qualify to earn. You can build any level of income here at DuePoint. You might want 50,000 Rand a month. You might want 5,000 Rand a month. You might want 150,000 Rand a month. That doesn't matter. There is no cap. There is no ceiling to the wealth creation at DuePoint. Nothing in this life gives you the level of freedom that our system does. And you can build the income that you require in this life. Folks, we can even tell you how much and what to expect here. We've been doing this for years. We've had tens of thousands of people that have built wealth with us here at DuePoint. And this means that we know and can predict how fast you can grow with us. But you do need to do something. You need to connect individuals to us. If you don't connect, you don't earn anything. That's our only guarantee. 0 connections equals 0 money. But we know you're busy. So in our presentation, we use a very conservative example. We say 3 plus 2. Can you connect 3 people in your first month and 2 people every month thereafter? That's all we ask for. 3 connections in your first month and 2 every month thereafter. 1 every 15 days. We just did our data for next week's Movers and Shakers report. And the top people were doing close to 30 people each. There's a whole pile of people that did nearly 30 last month. So I'm asking you to do 2. And we've got people out there that are doing 30. You know, so like I really know that 2 fits into everybody's lifestyle. Doesn't matter how busy you are. You can connect 2 people. What do you got to do? Tap that phone 3 times. So it would be 6 taps in a month. Okay? Well, you can do that in the DuePoint system. Now, if you do that, we can then calculate, using our mathematics, what to expect to earn. After 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. That's 30,000 Rand a year. 30,000 Rand a year you created in 6 months connecting 2 people a month. Now, people say to me, no, you know, the problem with DuePoint is you earn too slowly. I go, no, the problem with DuePoint is you're not connecting fast enough. Would you like more money? Well, then connect more people. Like the people who are connecting 30 instead of 2. If you can connect 1 person a day, I heard Rob yesterday in the presentation, he said, if you can take 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day and connect 1 person every day to DuePoint, you'll do 30 a month. It's 10 minutes a day. Can you find 10 minutes in your day? Well, then this number changes quite dramatically because this number is being represented off of 2 connections a day, 2 connections a month, not 1 a day. But you're busy. You don't have time. So you can only do 2 a month. Fine, keep going. If you can keep going, putting 2 in, 2 in, 2 in, 2 in, 2 in, after a year, the 2.5 becomes 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 9,000 to 10,000, 120,000 Rand a year. You've created that in 1 year. That's this time next year. Every month you get a second paycheck. Round about the middle of every month, we put 10,000 Rand in your bank account. How does that change your circumstances? How does it do that? You know, we have these things that come and say, come and join me and I'll get you 50,000 Rand in 1 month. Firstly, I've never met anybody who got the 50 grand. But even if it did, that 50 grand was gone the next month. It was gone. But you know what 10,000 every month does? It starts changing your circumstances. How would you be able to change your life if you knew that you had an extra 10 grand every month? You can build it in 1 year with us. Many, many have at DuePoint already. It is now up to you to decide whether you want to become one of them. If you're able to do 2 years with us, the 10 becomes 30. 360,000 Rand a year in 2 years. If you do it for 3 years, it becomes 40. If you do it for 4 years, it becomes 60. If you can do 5 years of connecting 2 people a month, it becomes 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You've moved to the top 0.5% of South African earners, according to SARS, in 5 years. So again, I struggle with another difficulty I have with South African culture. We don't have any self-discipline. We want everything now. I demand. It's a favorite South African statement. I demand, we demand. You know, when you haven't built anything, it's easy to demand. Once you've built something, you know how hard it is to demand. Folks, at DuePoint, we build lifetime, intergenerational wealth. You don't get to build that in 5 minutes. It's going to take you 5 years. How long is 5 years? Is it a long time? How long have you worked in your career for? 10, 15, 20, 25 years? Did you ever get to 80 to 100,000 Rand a month? Ooh. So if we say to you, and we can say it as a delivered promise, promise that's already happened at DuePoint, would you be willing to spend 5 years? I've said to people before, if your boss said to you, work for me for 5 years and I'll pay you 100,000 rand a month for the rest of your life, would you do it? Everybody's like, yes, we'll do it. So I said, great, that's what I just said. And you go, no, it's too long. It's too long. Folks, we've had thousands of people do this already. And every month we put a handful of people on the stage, just a handful, 2 or 3, from around the country. This is a nationwide business, showing you how this business can be built. Some will build it quickly, some will build it slowly, some will be somewhere in the middle. And we show you all of them. Because we're not afraid to show you people doing badly at this business. We're not. But we're also not afraid to show you everybody else. You can find all their testimonies on our YouTube channel. This month we had up into Sing. 2 months she's been with us. 2 months. And in her first 8 weeks with us, she's built a channel worth 3,000 rand a month. So you'll remember I said to you it would take 6 months to get to 2,500 rand. Remember that? And you said this place takes too long to earn. That's what you were thinking in the top of your head. Well, in the back of your head. Here's into Sing. 2 months in, she's on 3,000 bucks a month. That's not once. That's every month now that she's creating this income. And she's going from strength to strength again. We watched her in May, and in May again, she's leapt up further. What are you doing with your time right now? Did you give yourself a 3,000 rand increase in the last 8 weeks? Into Sing did. Then we had up George and Bridget Buerta. They're from Port Elizabeth. This business is across the country. They've been with us for 2.5 years. Bridget is full-time employed. She actually runs her own business. And George was telling me about 2 weeks ago about how busy she is. She has no time for DuePoint because 16 hours a day, man, she's working. She's working. There's no time. It's sleep and work. That's all she does. George is retired, and on the side as a hobby over the last couple of years, he's just been connecting a few people using the DuePoint technology. He doesn't take it too seriously. He's not doing it like full-time. He just does it on the side. And so we thought they had a really interesting story. This couple that are down in Port Elizabeth, just using the tool as and when, and over 2.5 years, they built 72,000 rand a year's worth of income. You know, when you're retired and you're getting the 1,700 rand a month state pension, it's lovely to get another 6,000 rand every month. It really is lovely to know that there's 72,000 extra rand a year from your hobby. From your hobby. That's all it is to George. George doesn't do this all day, every day. He does it every now and then. And he's created an income of 6,000 rand a month, 72,000 rand a year. But there are people that earn a lot more across the spectrum at DuePoint. You can see their stories on our YouTube channel. Search DuePoint on YouTube, scroll to the bottom, Wealth Engineers Tell All, and you will see their stories along the bottom there of all the different levels. You want 15,000 rand a month? We got people doing that. You want people earning 100,000? We got people doing that, and everything in between. You go decide what you want out of the DuePoint system, and then know that your 2 ingredients to success here are time and numbers. You're going to have to connect people. You don't connect, you don't earn, but you're going to have to do it over time. If you don't do it over time, you won't get there. Folks, the second way that we distribute wealth to you is through our XP Rewards training program. And this is how we teach you to do this business. We don't charge you for this. Wonderful. Inta Singh was telling me how at her last thing, where it was groceries every month she had to hand out to everybody, whenever they had training, she had to pay to attend. You get world-class training. And when I say world-class, I mean it. Go and search the internet. You'll see our training is being used overseas. It's being plagiarized overseas. That's how good the training is that you get here, and we don't charge you for it. As you do the training and you do the steps in our program, you accumulate experience naturally. And we measure that experience through XP points. They accumulate, and your channel grows, and we rank you up in our training program. And as you rank up, we reward you. We reward you with growing amounts of cash. Then at rank 5, we give you a toolkit that'll help you connect South Africans to us. You can buy all these individual items now afterwards at our client service counter, or you can call in during the week and order them from client service. But at rank 5, we give you the kit. And you can use that kit to connect South Africans to us. Then at rank 7, we give you a 20,000 rand set of gold-gilded, imported, custom-made business cards. Gold-gilded, not printed, gilded. That's real gold. We don't know of another set of cards like that in South Africa today. And we give it to you at rank 7. And you're now able to connect with those. It's very interesting handing somebody a card that's got gold on it. All of a sudden, they are paying attention. All of a sudden, they have time. All of a sudden, they know people. All of a sudden, they're not worried about the products. All of a sudden, all the excuses they had before suddenly fall out the window when they see a gold gilded business card. And then for those of you who reach rank 9, we take you and your family away every year on a 5-star business class trip for a week in December when it's hot and expensive, and your kids are on holiday. For the rest of your life, as long as you maintain your channel size with us. That's it. This is not a requalifying. This is not a competition. People used to say, Brendan, when's the cutoff? Because you're so used to that stuff. Those MSC cruises to the Portuguese islands, they burn themselves out on network marketers. They burn themselves out. That's not where we go. This is not a competition. Every year, as long as you maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away, all expenses paid. We pick you up from your house and we deliver you back there again 7 days later. And you know what's beautiful? This is a delivered promise. All of the things I've said to you this morning, we've already done. I don't have to show you the fake stuff you see on your phones. I can show you wealth engineers on holiday with us, with their kids and their spouses, every year. And you need to ask yourself, are you willing to do the work to get there? If you are, this is what your Decembers look like. Sure. So the question is, who's coming to join us this year on that trip? Who's going to be there with us? There's not many places you can go in South Africa today. In fact, I would say there are no places you can go in South Africa today that say that they will deliver a 5-star, all expenses paid holiday and actually do. Ours is already paid for and booked. We have the air tickets waiting and we have the rooms already booked. We know where we're going. We go to a different place every year and it's already ready. The rank 9s that are already ranked 9s know that they have a trip already booked in December. They don't have to be planning their December holiday. It's done. We're on the plane on the 7th of December. It's done. Now it's a question of whether you want to come and join us. That's what it is. We've got enough months left to get there. We have. Now it's just a decision that you have to make. At rank 11, we'll give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not financed from us or rented from us, and we don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car. These are tools that we give you to create wealth and to change circumstance. the objectives of DuePoint. That's 11 of the 28 mapped ranks we currently have. You have seen only the first third this morning of our program. We don't show you the rest, because then we start to look like these things on your phones that you're seeing all the time. But everything and more than you see on your phone is in our program. It's there waiting for those that will commit to it. And we already have people beyond rank 11. You'll have to find them and ask them what's beyond rank 11. Folks, we create this wealth off of the back of our financial services products, as I said at the beginning of this presentation. There are 4 you can pick from. They are the best in their category and class in South Africa for both price and benefits. We do extensive research on them, and they have been designed to do 2 things. First, to create wealth, and second, to protect it. Because if we're going to change circumstances, we need protection too. Our first product is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. One is your very own tax-free investment account, and 2 is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident insurance cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 every month, we put it into your investment account, and you're building an asset with us before you've even connected your first person. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and for that, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover, no waiting periods, no maximum age limits, and no medical examinations or declarations. Every single South African of every single circumstance can be a wealth engineer at DuePoint. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It starts at 299 Rand a month, and you get a whole host of options. You can pick between 20,000 or 30,000 Rands worth of cover, 5 or 10 family members on the plan with you, and you as the principal member get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, so that when you pass away one day, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that your children don't have to. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. Our Wealth Points Buyers Club is 299 Rand a month to be a member. It gives you access to all of our corporate suppliers that give us corporate prices, rates, vouchers, VIP services, packages, all the things you can't get as an individual, you now have access to, so that you can start controlling your expenditure. You can start changing it through this product. Now, folks, every one of our products has an explanation and a training video on it. You can see that on our website or on our YouTube channel, and on our app. Later on, the Wealth Engineers will show you where to find it. Watch that video. Understand how come these products are the best in their category in South Africa today, and understand how you can get the maximum benefit out of them before you've even started using our returns and rewards programs. Understand that you are purchasing the best product. Even if you choose not to be a wealth engineer this morning, understand that you are getting the best in their class products in the country anyway. Folks, we run an Achievers Quest every single month. The Achievers Quest is there to get you up and running quickly at DuePoint. When I say people say, you don't earn fast enough at DuePoint, you can laugh at them. At DuePoint, in your first month, we can get you a bonus of 5, 10, or 15,000 Rand if you're just able to connect 10, 20, or 30 people to your channel and get them paid in the same calendar month that you connect them to. So now we're about halfway through the month. You got 2 weeks. Get 10 people in and get them paid before the end of this month, and you're 5 grand richer on top of your returns and rewards. So on top of everything I've told you so far is an extra 5 grand. If you can make it 20 people, it's 10 grand, and if you make it 30, it's 15. Now, folks, it resets on the 1st of every month, which means that every month you have the ability to create an extra 5, 10, or 15,000 Rand. That's 60,000 Rand a year on 5 grand. It's 180,000 Rand a year on 15. And that's not to mention the returns and rewards that we've just been talking about. You have this ability to instantly get yourself up on your feet financially with DuePoint, if you are willing to put the time and the numbers in. We get you there. In addition, in 2019, we've launched our 365 challenge. It says that in the first 365 days that you're a wealth engineer, that means it's going to start today for those of you who become wealth engineers today. You've got 365 days to connect 365 people to us. If you can do that, then we'll give you the equivalent of 1.25 million Rands worth of value. Of the normal human beings in South Africa, no one's getting 1.25 million Rand this year. No one. From their businesses, from their jobs, from those things they cling to and spend all their money on. None of them are getting 1.25 million Rand. Here at DuePoint, it is a delivered promise. If you're able to put 365 people on your first point in your first 365 days, that's connecting one person a day on average, well then, we'll give you a check for 365,000 Rand at the end of it. Anyone here ever got a bonus of 365,000 Rand into their bank account? That's what you'll get. Not from some foreign company, from a public listed local South African company where you can see the offices, where you can find us on the internet, where you can see the people. That company will put 365,000 Rand in your bank account. Then that channel with 365 people in it, we know how it's going to grow. It's going to grow beyond rank 9, which means you're going to go away on a rank 9 holiday with us, potentially for the rest of your life. And we know it'll grow past rank 11, which means that in the next 365 days, you'll get your very own brand new car. All of this is meaningless off the back of the fact that a channel that's more than rank 11 earns somewhere between 40 and 50,000 Rand a month. Which means that by the end of this year, you'll be earning 500,000 to 600,000 Rand a year with us here at DuePoint. This is the biggest challenge in South Africa today. The beginning of 2019, we said there would only be one conversation in South Africa, and it would be DuePoint. That would be the only conversation. No one in South Africa today, no one is building lifetime intergenerational wealth the way we are. And no one in South Africa is able to deliver on their promises. Have we not learnt that? It only takes one election to find out that there's no one in South Africa delivering on their promises. Don't look at me shocked, it's the truth. At DuePoint, we've delivered on every one of our promises. Every single one, and we have video evidence of every promise being delivered. Do you wish to become part of those that complete the 365 challenge and change your life completely forever? Will your life be the same if you're earning 50,000 Rand a month every month going forward? Your life would be different than it's been forever. And you can do that in the first 365 days with us here at DuePoint. This is a nationwide business. We are coming down to visit the people in the Free State on the 20th of July. That's only to prove that we are real, because as you know, you're watching us right now. But people don't believe I'm real when they look at me through a TV screen. You would think this was 1950, not 2020. But people look at the TV and go, that's not real, he's not real. No, folks, I'm going to come down and prove to you I'm real on the 20th of July. We're hoping to see the whole of the Free State there at our venue. And those outside the Free State, we expect to see you there too, because we build nationwide wealth. So make your plans. Go to events on our website or our app. Scroll down to this event, click attend, and book your and your guest tickets now, today. We need to book the right size venue, so we need to know who's going to be there. So book those tickets now. They're free. So get in there and get it done, and then start booking your travel and accommodation. We want to see you there on the morning of the 20th of July. We have got a month and a week, a month and 5 days, and we're down there. So start getting your plans in place. Don't say we didn't warn you. Folks, if you want to become a wealth engineer this morning, it's super simple. You go to our website, DuePoint.net. You click on the join or apply button. In less than 3 minutes, you're a wealth engineer. Not a single cent having passed from your pockets. Not a cent this morning. Gentlemen, this means you don't need to go home and tell your spouses, because it's not a financial decision. You actually can make this decision by yourselves this morning and go home proud of what you bring home to your wife. Folks, once you have done that, you are then able this morning to start creating wealth for yourself. You don't have to wait until some payment, until you've got stock or forms. You are then ready. And this morning, and what's left of this long weekend, the perfect weekend to become a wealth engineer. The perfect one. Why? Because you've got 72 hours of open time to get out there and build wealth. And it means on Tuesday morning, you arrive back at work wealthier than you left on Friday afternoon. Not like many of our peers who are out spending their money this weekend and are going to be poorer on Tuesday morning than they are now. You will be wealthier, and you can start that today, this morning. Folks, if you want to know more about us, you want more research, I've told you everything, but you can go and check that I was telling you the truth. Go to the JSE's website, look us up under Conduit Capital. You see us listed on the JSE. Go to Constantia's website, and you'll find our financial statements, our directors, our BEE status. It's all there. You can go to the FSCA's, the regulator's website, and find our long-term and short-term and FSP licenses. You can go and do the research. We're a public South African company, and we've been around since 1952. You're dealing with something like you've never dealt with before. This is not one of those things that's going to last 6 to 12 months, which you're all well acquainted with because they keep cycling through. We always watch KZN for them. You just watch KZN. I mean, in the time DuePoint's been around, there must have been 50 that have blown in through the Durban Harbour. Yeah, today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, today, gone tomorrow. No, yeah, year after year, you'll find DuePoint creating permanent wealth for its wealth engineers with us here. Folks, at 11:30 today, I'm going to be doing what's called a launch workshop. We do it most Saturdays. and we talk about how you can create wealth quickly with us. You might say, I don't want to be on 2,500 Rand in 6 months. I need to be on that by the end of this month. Great, I'll show you how to do it. Come back at 11:30 and we will show you the mechanics of this business and how to create wealth quickly. You might not want to wait 5 years to be on R1 million. You might want to be there in 2 years. Great. Come here at 11:30 and I'll show you how to do it. It's about 45 minutes long. All of you that are here, you don't have to go anywhere. Go outside, sign up, get a cup of tea, and come back in the next 40 minutes and we'll get started with it. Those of you watching us live today, go lock the doors to your houses. Don't let anyone out. And in 40 minutes' time, tune back in and make sure your guests watch the launch workshop with us so that by the end of this weekend, they are creating wealth for themselves. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Questions and concerns, come see me outside. Otherwise, call our client service team Monday through Friday. Thanks. I'll see you at 11:30.